energy levels are not the same. So chase your dreams and make things happen. Hi, so we're gonna make coffee and we're gonna watch Anna Ebeling. I hope I don't say her name wrong because I get annoyed when my name is said wrong. To see what she has to say about 9 Moc-Up hacks that made me 1,000. And because I'm doing Etsy for 3 months almost, July, end of July I think, really end of July, I haven't sold anything right now. And it's not the worst store out there, I must say, and just crap at marketing, I guess. And I want to see, maybe I make some of those mistakes, you never know. But sometimes they just say their personal opinion, or they're just selling a product, which we all sometimes try to do, even if it's our image or... Yeah, let's see what she has to say.
When it comes to being a print-on-demand seller, there are a few things that can really make or break your shop and enable you to either have success or not make any sales. And a big one of these is actually going to be your mock-ups. So this is a huge opportunity that we have as sellers to capture people's attention really fast and be able to convert clicks into actual sales.
To be honest, I get the clicks, I don't get the sales. So probably it's either my pricing. So in today's video,
I'm going to share with you some of my best tips for having mock-ups that actually convert, and sharing with you some of the biggest mistakes I see people making that are really holding them and their shops back. I'm also going to share with you the tool that I use as well as how to create a really stunning mock-up in not a lot of time. Because at the end of the day, print on demand really is a numbers game. So if we can be getting,
I don't know if it's really a numbers game, to be honest,
that's going to
because
enable
to be honest,
get more products in front of more people.
I'll make it for fun and I like people to enjoy because I enjoy it, 20, and I want the art that I create there with AI to
10 of them in that same amount of time.
I mean, I got so many nice remarks from my colleagues and friends and family about my shirts.
So on Printify or Printful, when you create a product on there, it is going to automatically auto-generate you some mock-ups, which when you first think about it, that might seem like a good idea because it's saving you time. It's auto doing that. You're not going to have to buy.
If you want to do something right, you're going to spend some extra time. So again,
that can maybe help you get some extra listings up, but that is a huge mistake. So not only do those not look original when you put them, because so many other people are also using those same mock-ups just because they're really easy, they also don't look very flattering whatsoever. The models are kind of just standing there really stiff.
Maybe
they look
some
very
mock-ups are like that, but Printful has quite good mock-ups. To be honest, because I think those models are very nice, looking normal girls. There are no weird lips like I see this perpetuated image on Etsy with this girl sitting like this on the bed. I mean, how can that be a best-selling product? Maybe it looks good, but if you see 10,000 stores with the same image, would you buy that? So you cannot compare these the same.
Now, there are tons of different places to get mock-ups, but I'm going to share with you the place that I have been getting my mock-ups for years. The site that I love to use is actually called Placeit, and they
I heard a lot about Placeit.
Placeit not only has a bunch of design tools, but they basically give you access to
and he was very interested in what is Mama doing here.
Really any kind of print-on-demand product that you could be selling. So they have mock-ups for totes, t-shirts, sweatshirts, journals, hats, mugs, and really everything in between. But I absolutely love all of their apparel mock-ups. So this is my go-to for looking for t-shirt mock-ups. They have so many different kinds, and I'm going to take you through step by step how to actually go about looking for one and creating one a little bit later in this video. But for now, just know that you can find some really amazing mock-ups that is going to elevate your listing.
She's so beautiful. She's so natural. She's young.
By using
I can tell that
from
she's
a
young.
site like Placeit, as opposed to just using those auto-generated mock-ups. Now, another huge mistake I see so many people making that has as a really easy fix is simply using mock-ups of people that doesn't necessarily align with the demographic that you are selling an item to.
Okay,
so a really straightforward example of something like this is if you are selling maybe a Father's Day t-shirt, you're gearing it towards the Father's Day season or just towards dads in general. So maybe this is like a dad in fishing t-shirt. And then instead of putting that on someone who maybe looks like they could be a dad or a father or in an environment that maybe looks more masculine, you are putting it maybe on a younger, more like teen man. So that age doesn't really line up. Or even worse,
there are also younger men,
a child or a woman. So that's just a very straightforward example. So whenever I am creating my mock-ups, I always have some go-to ones that I pick from. But if something is maybe a
that's a bit off
shirt,
because they're also young men
for something that is going to fit that design.
If she would have referred to a grandparent,
there is definitely a ton of crossover.
You will see a young
man. A lot of the same
that's
mock-ups for different designs, but make sure that you're never making the mistake of putting a design on a specific model or mock-up that just really has nothing to do with that niche that you are targeting. Now, this next tip isn't necessarily a huge mistake, but I think this is a missed opportunity that a lot of people are not doing, and that is not using mock-ups with actual people in them. So I have seen in my own business that a lot of times
I heard Ryan, I think he says he has a lot of mock-ups
and convert better and just look a lot more natural than just a flat lay shirt.
People,
now,
I think I even have a listing
I do
that's
have a lot of flat lay listings on my Etsy shops, but I really have been switching almost all of my new listings to only feature models in them. So if you haven't experimented with actual people in your mock-ups,
and I think I saw a shop that only has flat mock-ups that does very good.
When you are having models in these
I really think Etsy is traffic
game. I never really like to show people's faces in the mock-ups. First of all, I think that kind of just detracts from the design that you want people to be spending all of their attention looking at. So a lot of times on Playset, I will find a beautiful...
Printful has like very good mock-ups and they're very simple, you know, someone sees like this. But if you don't use the face and you see just this part of the body, because Etsy right now has a square photo. So as much as you can put in that image is just the part of the body, especially if it's a t-shirt. So if you crop something to be around your t-shirt, it doesn't matter that you see like this or like that and that she's smiling, like these horrible mock-ups that go around with. It's not my favorite. Maybe some people are into this stuff, but I really don't like that one. I would never buy that mock-up style. I think those are AI generated stuff, and because I play a lot with AI, I can tell you that you can do much better mock-ups than that. So I don't know why they favor that kind of stuff. Anyway, this is another example that you can use the POD ones, and you can just change a beautiful background. I use Adobe Express, and you can create your beautiful mock-ups there, even if you want to tone down in the background. The idea is, I think, not to have a white background, because in the end, if you zoom to that piece of cloth that you're wearing and you don't have to see everything in the background, it doesn't matter much, right? Just imagine from here to here, what do you see? Nothing. So it doesn't matter if I'm bought from Etsy or I'm bought from, like, yeah. Let's go further. Maybe I don't understand the message.
Mock-up with a model in it, and typically it's going to show their face. However, I am usually just going to crop it around the neck level. Sometimes I even show the smile or the chin, and just focus the majority of the mock-up on kind of the t-shirt area of the photo. So this also works really well if you have maybe a vertical picture of a model wearing a t-shirt, but you really want to crop it horizontally for Etsy.
I tried cropped only the t-shirt, I got less views.
Middle section of the photo. Now, another thing people do when they are using models in their mock-ups that is somewhat of a mistake is they are making the mock-up way too far back. So sometimes there is a background with a lot of really cool stuff in it. Maybe there are seasonal elements or just some really nice decor. But if the model is standing really far back, sometimes it becomes a little bit hard to see everything on that product. So I like to kind of crop the image so that the t-shirt takes up the majority of the image, but you can still see that they are in a lifestyle shot.
But you can do the same with the POD.
So I don't want to zoom it in too far.
Because they're already sitting, you can find quite
I want people to know that this is a person standing in a natural environment. but I don't want the design to be so small that they are distracted by the background. So it's kind of finding that balance between those two things. Now, another huge mistake I see so many people making is that they are paying for all of their mock-ups a la carte. So that means every single time they want a new mock-up, they are going and searching maybe a place like Etsy or another website, and they're buying each individual mock-up. Now, I personally like to change up my mock-ups. I have a bunch that I rotate through using, but I don't love to pay for those each individually. So I think that is a lot better investment if you pay for some kind of subscription service for your mock-ups. So for example, something like Place It is a monthly service that I pay for, but just for that monthly cost, I get access to thousands of different mock-ups for all of their product types. This helps me avoid paying a few dollars to get mug mock-ups.
I just want to pause a bit here because I don't say use the print provider mock-ups just as they are, though some work very good, like I like very much the cups ones, or they have other, like from the blankets are amazing. I think they are more sufficient than what you want, right? And when it's about humans, why will it be different? Because you want to see how it looks on another person to make an idea how it looks on you. That's right.
It can really add up if you keep buying all of those. However, if you do get some kind of subscription, you can use all of those mock-ups and then always switch
just use Adobe Express
without having to worry about buying something that isn't really going to convert for your store. So if you've been buying each of your individual mock-ups, I definitely would give out some kind of subscription, like Place It, a try. I will link them down below. You could even try your first month, experiment with how some of those mock-ups work, and then see if that's something you want to keep moving forward. Now, another big mistake I see a ton of people making when it comes to their mock-ups is they are not making the design size on their mock-up the same as the actual product when it is printed. So
that's the problem when you use some other mock-up out there.
How big that design is going to
and I noticed that also. Now, I'm thinking, like,
I like to have the design.
You didn't even spend 5 minutes to properly arrange your mock-up. It's just ridiculous.
Scrolling through. However, a lot of times people are making their design that big, and then on their mock-up, the design is a lot smaller, or vice versa.
So ugly. I would never buy such a shirt.
Pretty small on the final printed piece from Printify. But then
I see a lot of good sellers on Etsy that I would never wear, to be honest.
Now, even though we are not taking literal pictures of the physical product that's going to be
printed, it makes no sense to me. Maybe I'm too...
we want to represent as accurately as possible
taste, my partner
what this
says,
product is going to look like when it's in the customer's hands. Now, I personally do not offer returns in my shop unless there is a problem. Then, of course, I'm going to fix that for my customer. But I want to avoid anything that could lead people to feel like they were shown something that misrepresented what the product actually looks like, because that could lead to...
But that is what I said earlier, right? Don't do that.
I am going to have to honor.
It makes no sense.
I am always going to double check kind of the sizing and placement on Printify.
I would prefer to say to my... It's exactly the same
that I create. And another thing is maybe the size is right, but sometimes people place their mock-up designs in kind of a weird
and that would
way.
not happen either, because if you use the perfect POD and you use their tools, you know for sure that's how it's going to get there, because you place it already on the format.
Match those as closely as possible. Now, this doesn't have to mean you are exactly 100%.
And you're doing the job anyway, so who likes to do a job twice? I mean, I really don't understand the logic.
Very, very similar.
If you really want to be true, to have proper mock-ups, you order the samples yourself, you have your model, and you take the photos by yourself. That's true, but not replacing one with another. I mean, it's just the same way to deceive someone.
The top-selling products usually have...
That's my personal opinion, right?
So whether that is maybe like a hot chocolate that they're holding, or a Christmas tree in the background, maybe there are some spooky Halloween decorations, but a lot of times those top-selling designs are themed around that specific holiday. So I think it's always really important to take advantage of creating holiday-themed mock-ups whenever we have the opportunity. So that's really cool with something like Place It. They have all sorts of holiday-inspired
they look amazing.
can use. And again, if you have something that's a subscription, you can easily just use those holiday themed mock-ups without having to buy them every single year and pay for them one by one. When your seasonal designs start getting creative,
this is a definitely nice
some of those seasonal mock-ups.
way to spice your mock-ups.
A huge mistake that I see so many people making that is leading to them not getting sales for their mock-ups is not using some kind of program that is going to auto format their designs on their mock-ups. So a lot of people use Canva to create their mock-ups, which I have definitely used at
tried a bit Canva,
one
but
of the big drawbacks for using a place like
just
Canva
not for me.
Is a lot of times it leaves your images looking like they're kind of just sitting on top of the image. They aren't really formed to the contours and the wrinkles in the shirt. However, if you use a place like Placeit, they are going to
basically
auto-format every design
a knockoff of Adobe. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this again in
the design, and then it is going to make
because I didn't use Canva enough, but at least it's because I know Adobe exists for so long. When I see a product that comes up that's almost similar,
design should be. So a lot of times
I think
Canva,
it's just,
people just slap the design right on there, and it looks
the same
very
style basically.
Vibrant. But then when these designs are actually printed, the ink becomes kind of
maybe we can make a video once to compare Canva versus Adobe.
They are going to automatically adjust that, make the designs look a little bit more realistic. So that gives our customers an even better idea of what this is actually going to look like. And it definitely doesn't look fake. This looks like a real person is wearing that. Now, another huge mistake that I see a lot of
mistake again, I just don't like
that they are selling one style of shirt. However, they create a mock-up with a different style of shirt. Now on Placeit, they have tons of different styles, but you definitely need to pay attention to what your actual shirt looks like on a place like Printify. So maybe you're selling a Bella and Canvas 3001, so that's going to have like a crew neck collar, it's going to have some short sleeves, and then you get on Placeit, and then you pick something that maybe you don't notice but has kind of more of like a
and that's the problem I was mentioning earlier, because you don't know exactly, they don't mention what kind of product it is.
Photo, and then a customer gets the item and it's a completely different
that's
shirt.
So lack of respect for your customer. I think I would never buy from that store again if that would happen. I don't think that you
have to have the exact same style shirt. So on Placeit, I am going to use a mock-up that looks very, very close to this Bella and Canvas 3001, even if it isn't the exact same brand. I want to make sure that it's going to look virtually the same, and that has worked really well for me. You just want to make sure that you are getting as close as possible. So pay attention to things like the sleeve cut. So there are sleeves that maybe go more down here, or sometimes women's t-shirts, they have like more of a capped sleeve. So you never want to choose something that is going to look.
And I find it so difficult if you have to do this.
So just pay a little bit of attention to that.
I would do this to use.
Now another huge mistake,
make sure you use it then more often, because it's gonna take some time.
Actually formatting and creating their mock-ups. So I'm gonna head over to Placeit and show you how fast I actually go about creating my mock-ups. So I
do that, but you do it once and you use it a couple of times for the same product, like the size charts. I like to do that. They don't look at the moment the same, all of them, because I'm trying multiple ways and I'm trying to find my brand style. I know I like purple, I like gold, you know. I also like very vibrant colors, so I tried that at start. And now I start to find swap the background so it's a bit related to the product. So each product has its own size chart, its own background, and with my brand colors. But you have to spend some time to make it look, and the more you do it, you think, oh, that was not looking good, let's do it again. So I actually really like this. Oh my god, I made this video longer than it should be for just a commenting video.
Place it here, and what I'm going to do first is I am going to go over to the mock-up section and just go to t-shirts, because that is
the
what
old lady's fantastic.
Uploading a design for today. Now there are definitely a bunch of categories that you can sort by. You can
this is all AI generated.
Type. You can sort by men's shirts, women's shirts, just the garment only, so more like a flat leg.
I don't have anything with AI. I love it.
You can even sort by all sorts of holidays. So today I'm going to look for a really good t-shirt that has a woman in it that I can kind of crop to be a really nice mock-up. So let's take a look at these here until I find one that I really like. All right, so this one looks really good.
Yeah.
So I am going to go ahead and click on that. Now, this is where
she has a
we
good
change
eye.
the color of the t-shirt. So right now it's defaulting to a white color, but I really want to put this on more of like a sand color design. So I'm just
But this is also tricky, yeah?
Here, and then
I wonder if they have a way to pick the color exactly.
Now this is super simple. All you're going to do is either drag
because
and
it might not look the
click
color,
here
right?
And select the file that you want to upload. All right, so I have uploaded my artwork here, and it's going to start auto formatting that, but a lot of times I'm just going to adjust this and kind of make sure that it's going to look like
this is very tricky. You can really have a risk then that it's not going to look the same.
It a little bit here until I'm really happy with that. Now when I'm happy with that, I am
so this doesn't make it any easier, because if you want to do it properly, you will have to modify this couple of times until it's going to work.
Settings, and then we are going to adjust the crop to be the
and I wonder if this is holding actually the setup for the next time you use it, if you can use it like a template for the future, because in Adobe Express I can just drop over the same style, and for example for my size chart I like to have, I'm going to show you
then
once.
We can kind of adjust the photo to be able to fill that complete space, and then when we're happy we are just going to click download that, and then our mock-up is completely ready to use. It was that simple. It just took a couple minutes to make a really stunning mock-up. Placement really is
stunning,
a phenomenal tool
but
sellers. Today
it's a nice mock-up for sure.
Their mock-up features, but they truly do have some amazing design features that you could use as a
Is this better than the POD one downloaded and just change the background? I don't think so.
Because that is a really
not all the mock-ups from print providers are like this.
Their information down below if you do want to create an account with them. Now, if you want to see some of the mock-ups that are most used in my print-on-demand business, I'm going to link this video here where I reveal all of those. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Ah, nice, thank you. She's really nice. I like her. Do I always agree with what she's saying? No, not really. But it's an opinion, right? This is my opinion, and yours maybe is different, or maybe some people agree like me. In these 3 months, I've been having fun. As I said, I'm finding my way. And I learn every day. I didn't use Adobe for a long time, so now it's just, wow, how is this done again? How is this done? And I feel like when I was in my 20s, I could do so many things and fast, and I would waste time because I had no family to just learn, and hours to, I don't know, create my intro for 15 seconds in Adobe After Effects. And now I'm just thinking, oh, I have 20 minutes, I have half an hour when my child is sleeping on his quiet watching TV, or my partner takes him for a walk and I'm not even done with something and they are coming home and say, you're already home? How did, yeah, we're away for 2 hours. And the better it gets when you exercise, so I notice some things gets me faster, but don't get me wrong, you need to put that effort in. Nothing is just drop into camera, blah, blah, blah. That's not working out. You have to put a bit of effort if it's looking good. I hope all my effort is gonna get me somewhere. And I really believe in that. And people around me are just, yeah, okay, just roll with me. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe not. And I hope I prove them that if you put effort and love, because I love what I do right now, it's gonna get me somewhere. Thank you for watching my video, and please leave me some comments, even if it's some remarks that I have to change my background, or did I talk too much over the lady talking in that video, but was a discussion video. And yeah, thank you for watching my video, and hit the thumbs up, and see you in the next one.